Hello everybody, welcome back to Artist Archives. My name is Nikki and you are watching the week of finishing. I am an actress, a writer and an academic, and this week we're doing something quite special in that this is the week of finishing. You might have heard the phrase an artist finishes. I don't know if you've heard that, but it's really important to finish our creative projects. Can I get an amen? Can I get a preaching to the choir? This week I have tasked myself with the challenge of finishing some creative projects that I have started, just so that they're done, they're on a clean slate. Do you ever have like a bunch of like unfinished things that are just lying in the background and they just keep being there, sometimes for months, sometimes for years? Oh my gosh. Sorry, you're currently stacked upon a book that I need to finish. Like, finish writing. As in, that's a draft. I need to finish. So we have to finish them. I really do believe in finishing projects, but that doesn't mean I finish every project. It doesn't mean that. Some projects, you know, you decide to move on from, and I think that's fine. But I'm specifically talking about the projects which you start and you intend to get back around to it, but then, you know, genuinely life happens, genuinely busy things happen and that sort of thing, and then you haven't worked on them in a really long time. Now I work as a playwright, praise God, because that's my job, which is really exciting. And so I'll be honest in that there are certain times I need to focus on specific projects because it's a commissioned play. It's something that I have been commissioned to write, and so let's be perfectly honest, the obligations to others and pay sometimes takes over very frequently the pieces that you are writing before anybody has commissioned you to write them.
To a gallery or whatever it is. So they're still going to make money off these things that they're working on. It's still really important because they're developing their tone, their voice is going to get them out in front of a wider audience. But in the immediate moment, maybe they're focusing on the commission. Does that make sense? Anyway, so let
me talk you through what we're finishing this week. Speaking of visual art, 2 years ago, I started a painting, a recreation of The Scream by Edvard Munch, okay? Look, you can tell, like, I'm not a visual painter, okay? I'm not a painter. I wanted to paint something, and I was starting this tradition where I was doing a painting every Easter. So like once a year I would do a painting, right? And we're starting this on a Monday in April, okay? It's almost Easter again, and have I finished this painting? No. Painting, I think, really teaches me something about the creative process, which is doing things in stages. Because the day I was like, I'm going to paint The Scream, I genuinely, as someone who doesn't paint, thought I would be able to do that in one sitting. Do you know how many hours? Do you know how many hours it took just to do, like, the sky? And it's not even accurate. It's not even accurate to the actual painting. I can't even imagine how long. I mean, now I'm saying this out loud. It probably took him like years, right? Or many months. I don't know why I thought, yeah, I can recreate this in a day. I had to draw it first and then start painting it. Like, I do quite like the little Scream guy. I love the two shadows, and I didn't get the lining right for the bridge. But anyway, you see this little section here? That's the section that needs to be finished. Every time I look at this, I just think about how many hours of work it's gonna go into doing all the little swirls of brown that need to go here and here. I need to like redo I look at this section and I'm aware that this could take 6 hours. Do you see? And then it's just been sat in the corner of my room mocking me, okay? But no more. This week is the week of finishing, and we will finish my recreation of The Scream by Edvard Munch. Piece of art number 2 that we are finishing this week. I wrote a short story a while ago, and it has been through some rounds of revisions, okay? However, is it finished? No. The other day I picked it up, opened it up again, because I was like, what do I need to fix? And there's this one sentence I keep coming back to in the book, which I love, and I'm like, oh, this sentence. Oh gosh, that's so true. And every time I read it, it feels like something feels off about it, and yet I know I love the sentence itself. I couldn't pin what was off about it because I didn't want to change a single word in the sentence, but something was off. And it felt like Okay, so it's followed by an ellipses, right? And the ellipses was bugging me. There was like something about this and then the sentence. It was really bugging me. So much so that I'd highlighted it. Anyway, so I opened up this document, I was reading through it, and I got to that sentence and I just went, that's the first line of the story. What was I doing? And then I scrolled back up to see what the first line of the story was. And I was like, oh, that's nothing compared to this. Like, that's the first line of the story. Yeah. And so, you know, things take time for them to be illuminated to you. But that sentence encapsulates the strongest themes of the story, what the story is all about, which is love and place. So much so that the working title for this short story could be Love and Place, right? Now, here's the thing. To move that sentence to the top changes how I think about the opening, because that sentence is placed during a flashback in the story, whereas the original opening sentence starts very much in present time, and but there are memories weaved through the story. Long story short, anyway, so we need to move that, but now we need to start the story in a slight flashback before moving swiftly back into this present day. And then on a line level, it needs edits. So, number 2, project numero 3. I had to think about that. I almost said numero 2. Project numero 3. I have 2 books I need to finish that I've been talking about for ages. I need to finish Transcendent Kingdom. I have like 3 chapters left. And I need to finish Piranesi. So we're putting both of those on our to-do list. And I would very much like to finish Reflections on the Psalms by C.S. Lewis. I've probably got 2 chapters left. 3 chapters left? No. Okay, I have 2.5 chapters left. So that's project number 3. Is actually more reading. Project number 4, which I didn't think I was going to tackle this week, but I really believe that God has been speaking to me to finish, is a play. So we need to get to that. We need to get to that. But I've had a lot of breakthrough in terms of that play and a lot of revelation and insight. So I am actually excited now. After wrestling with the idea for a bit, I reopened the document again and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, actually, I know where this is gonna go. Like there was some, oh my gosh, okay. Project number 5, I need to finish my screenplay. I have 1 scene to write at the end, and I need to go back and seed what I've put for that final scene and weave that in a little bit more earlier throughout the story. So have we got this? Screenplay, painting, 3 books, a short story, a play. I'm also waking up very early every day to work on a secret project. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I have worked on it today, which is great. I feel very good about it. Literally woke up at 6:30. God woke me up at 6:30. He said, pray. I said, it's 6:30. I prayed he would wake me at 7:30. He said, it's 6:30. Get your butt up and out of bed. So right now, we're going to start with a short story. We'll kick that off. I have an ergonomic chair for the first time ever, and honestly, it feels good. We're playing some Love and Death. Their 2021 album. What's it called again? Perfectly Preserved. Yeah? I don't know, so maybe it's this. But then I like, Okay, so there are 5 pages of the short story. I'm pretty happy now with 3 pages of it. I think I need to accept the fact that the creative process can sometimes feel, or sometimes be, slow. Because even now I'm like, I just want to get it all done now. And I think I need to start accepting. That was a Gollum-like voice. My precious. My hobbit face, my little precious. Got distracted. Even now I'm like, let's just bust through. Let's do it all now. I've probably been writing for like 45 minutes or so. And we've cleaned up the first few pages. Oh my gosh, okay, update. Love the opening now. Love it. It's fixed so much. It's actually fixed so much. It makes, yeah. Oh, chef's kiss. I already liked it, but chef's kiss. Chef's kiss, yeah. Yeah, it's changed so much, but like in such a good way. Like everything has come together. The paragraph here that I don't like. I think, okay, maybe I need to focus more on the senses. rather than that. But so maybe it needs to be different. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because now we've just jumped, which is, yeah, okay. London apartment. Does she have a London apartment? Sure. Sure. No, yeah, this works. Learn a voice. Now we need to go to, no, it's not that. So, yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the link. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. I need a tree native to Colombia. I want a flowering tree native to Colombia. We are about to do like some Frankenstein-ish. I've copied and pasted it into a new document because basically I'm a bit worried that I'm moving. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Because things lead to other things. Okay, it is so sunny. I think we're done. I'm gonna go get some food because I'm so hungry. I'm going to read through it one more time and then I'm going to send it to a friend for feedback. But that's that, and it's day 1 and we finished the piece, baby. Oh my gosh, finally. Oh my gosh. I've been working on this piece since literally last August. Like, I wrote it, left it for many months, wrote a bit more, left it for, you know, it was one of those things. But
monologue at the beginning is, it's like you're reading a story for the first time too. So whether they start with a prologue, chapter 1, or cover, and I'm so excited with this change. It's
wow,
like sometimes
really just sneezed, but yeah, it's done. So happy. This right here is the one currently acceptable use for ChatGPT. Okay, I'm being facetious here, but like this I feel like is what ChatGPT is for. Not writing your story, trawling the internet for places to submit it. Come on now.
Whatever marathon you're running, keep putting one foot in front of the other. Make time for it in your schedule and stick to it. Keep putting those words down on the page. Keep drawing your circles, lines, layers. Keep making, connecting, sharing. And that is Samantha Clark, and we will share it in the chat.
There it is. All right, let's raise a glass, a mug. Cheers to showing up to your writing.
Okay, so we have some food. Let me tell you my plan of action. My plan of action is to read through the short story again and stop at anything that bugs me and fix it, and then read through the whole thing and then send it to a friend. Morning. It's a new day. Are we doing? You are all doing really, really well. We're back at it. We're back at the challenge. Yesterday I took a day off. I was like, I need a day off. Now, I don't tend to do this as a freelancer, which is ridiculous because I get to make my own schedule. And yesterday I was like, wait, I'm understanding the autonomy I have. I was like, we're taking a day off. I mean, to be fair, it's not like, I also basically, I didn't want to burn out on this challenge because the day before it had taken me like 6 hours to work on the short story and then to do some of the other stuff that I did. So I was like, I was basically like, I feel like I could burn out if I just keep pushing every single day. I took yesterday off. We're back at the challenge today. I ended up doing more business admin stuff for my business yesterday, and then also like got groceries and did some kind of like personal housekeeping stuff. Been a few things on my to-do list for a while that required me to research before I choose what service I want to go. So I ended up doing research and choosing. One of those was actually a therapy service, which I finally reached out to yesterday after doing some research into different therapists. And I got a text this morning saying, oh, I've sent you an email, just check it in your own convenience. And I was like, we love to see the swiftness. So that was really nice. So we'll look at that today, I think. But yeah, so I was just doing stuff that I needed to do. And now we're back on the challenge. I'm gonna sit and do some reading so we can finish this book. And I will update you when I'm done. And if what is being hinted at throw this book across the room. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think, your Jessie cannot do that to me. I don't want to give spoilers because y'all need to read it and we'll discuss it in a minute, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I don't even want to turn the page. I'm literally on the last chapter. It's not allowed to happen. It's not allowed to happen. Nah, fam, I'll put you right here. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I only need to read the next sentence. Okay. This is so depressing. Oh my goodness. Oh, fudge, man. We're not done, but like, I'm crying again, for flip's sakes. Ooh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Aww. Oh. I should have seen this coming. Stop it, this is so cute. No. Oh. Oh. Oh, for goodness sakes. That was well worth a read. That was well worth a read. I'm gonna digest and maybe we'll talk about it another day, but that was worth a read. And yeah, especially that second half of the book, I'm very glad that I read this. The themes of religion and racism and childhood trauma and relationship and like addiction and response to trauma. Stop. Ah. Yeah. Transcendent Kingdom. Yeah, Jessie. Go on it, guys. That was whew. Props. Actually props. And the way she interwove explorations of faith. Oh my goodness. So I recognize that I initially wrote this as books ×3, but that would mean that I only give myself a tick once I finished all 3 books. And you know what? I need to acknowledge my progress. So I'm going to give myself a tick anyway. And I'm going to count this as a tick. And then, yeah, we'll try and get around to the other 2 books. But you know what? Short story. Oh, also I revisited the short story today, spent another few hours working on it, and I'm very happy with it now. So there's probably 2 things I want to look at, but to be perfectly honest, I'm like, it's good as it is. Like, it's, yeah, I'm happy with it as it is, but there's, you know, like a little icing on the cake I could probably do. The next project I think we're going to tackle, oh, it's gone out of focus, is probably the screenplay. Probably going to get to that one next. Yeah. Do you see how I'm procrastinating this painting? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what does that remind me of? Is that a lyric from Hamilton? Comment down below if you know that's a lyric from Hamilton. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am so excited to share with you some books I just got. We're not adding this to the weekly challenge because no, there's no way. But oh, I should say it's a Thursday. I think I'm gonna put day indicators. Okay, let me show you what I just got and why I'm so excited. Okay, going through the bookshelves and I saw this title, The Last White Man. This is the author of Exit West. Wait, I thought Scott Westerfield wrote Exit West. What did Scott Westerfield write? Anyway, The Last White Man. I just thought that's an intriguing title, and then I read like the first sentence and I just thought, yeah, lol, this will be entertaining. Except, as you might glean from the title, is So one morning, Anders wakes up to find that his skin has turned dark. His reflection is a stranger to him. At first, he tells only Una, an old friend, newly a lover. Soon, reports of similar occurrences surface across the land. It's like, I think, white people waking up in different bodies. And I'm just very intrigued by this concept. So anyway, I thought, yeah, let's get this. I wasn't 100% sure, and then I read the first line and I just thought, I feel like I'm here for this ride, right? Then, beneath it, on another shelf, I spotted this, The Other Black Girl. And on the title alone, I thought, how fun would it be to read The Last White Man and The Other White Girl almost in tandem, right? Then I thought, okay, let me not just pick up just because of the title. Let me look at what it's about. And the concept is really interesting. Who's it by? I didn't even look at who wrote it. I just picked it up. The concept is interesting because it's basically this woman who works in this office. She's experiencing a bunch of micro aggressions and that kind of thing. And on that point, I was like, I don't know if that's actually, if I want to read that. There's something kind of depressing about it, to be perfectly honest. But then another black woman joins the office. Happen where basically I feel like they're put in positions where they're pit against each other, and then the current lady thinks, I think they basically become enemies or something like that. And I thought, actually, this could be a really interesting commentary on when you have two black people in a work environment. If you know, you know. Sometimes it's like the bond, and then sometimes it's like it can feel so empty. Or I would definitely remember when I was a lot younger, that other black girl pressure, because I was always used to being the only black girl like in any space. And then there was like this, there can just be this weird energy because you're in an environment of like racism and microaggressions, and there can just be this weird energy of like the good black girl. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. But I thought, oh, this will be like a really interesting concept. I want to see what the commentary is on this, because that's something I know that I experienced when I was younger. That was a thing. And then, can I tell you, I'm so excited. Look what I came across. I came across The Principle of Moments. Guys, so this is written by an author tuber who I absolutely love. I don't think she's like huge in the author tube space. Her name is Esme, and she is a British author tuber, and I absolutely love that because I feel like on AuthorTube we always see American YouTubers, but when I say she is British, as in like it's more just the strength of her accent is like so English, and I'm like, like it's just so nice to see another English YouTuber, author tuber specifically. And she's also a black lady. I don't know her exact heritage, but I know that she is a black lady, and I don't think I even knew I wanted to read this until I saw this on the shelves, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Esme's book, I must pick it up. Hopefully this supports her as well, because, you know, taking her book out. So I just thought I would share that with you. I'm so excited by these finds. I feel like I'm in a new era of reading, okay? And I finally accepted it as I was looking through these bookshelves, because for a long time I was trying to get back to the reader that I was. I read voraciously. Is that the word I want? That's a word. I read voraciously between the ages of like 7 or even younger, 6 to 18. Yeah, I was just constantly reading. I was walking around reading. I was reading under my desk in class. I was reading under my covers at nighttime with a little torch so nobody knew I was awake. I was just constantly reading. Yeah. Then I had the era of no reading. Then I had my era of only reading plays. Ha ha ha. And now I think I'm in this era of just picking up things as and when they interest me, such as these. And yeah, they tend to be written by black authors. Slash, I'm also in the era of reading old dead white men. You know, I can't just read them because I will get annoyed and tired. I need my black ladies, okay? But I'm catching up on a bunch of classics that I never really read as a kid. So I am reading like old dead white men. But my contemporary taste is very much like, give me contemporary black women any day of the week. Anyway, to go back to our challenge, today we are writing the final scene of the screenplay and finishing the screenplay, because the final scene necessitates that I go back and change a few things before. But we're gonna do it, no stress. We have our decaf coffee right here. We have our analog timer. just off the camera. And it's time. It is time. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, where is that from? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You can't even see my face, bruv. Okay. Right. I think today is a writing sprint day.
Ghost side, like, is what's like known on my channel, but I've been kind of going.
Oh my gosh. So I've gone into writing the scene and I've just realized I've just realized what it is, and it's so much better than what I thought it was going to be going into writing it. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, obviously that's it. This is good. This is exciting. I really do feel like writing is a process of uncovering the image that you don't even fully see just yet, because there is a literary reference that has made its way through this screenplay that I was thinking was just like a minor thing, and I'm realizing it's like thematically so important, and we're about to, like, this ending is like completely changed by this literary reference, and it's beautiful. I was reading this, I was listening to the Thriving Christian Artist podcast this morning, and he said something so beautiful about creating art as prophecy. So you are bringing to earth the things that are from heaven, so the things that you have received through inspiration from God, right? So it's this act of prophecy, of bringing that which doesn't exist yet into existence, but from heaven. Does that make sense? From heaven to earth, ideas from God. You're agreeing that this thing now is realized, right? And I think this is such a perfect example, because I didn't even know how important this is. Like, this reference, it's like it was there the whole time, and I've only just uncovered what God was showing me, you know? I just feel like, ooh, this is exciting. Okay. So it is basically midnight, like the midnight turning into Saturday, and I wrote the scene yesterday that I told you about, that I was talking about, which was the final scene, which is exciting. So today what I started doing is, there's a couple of things I want to do. Number one is to read the script from the beginning all the way to the end, making notes only on like major things that need to be included. So that might be structural or little things I have questions about around like world building and that kind of thing, but the bigger things. And then once I've done that, to read through again on a smaller line sentence level to make sure that the writing is singing and gleaming. So that's where we're at. Last night I could have started to read through, but I started watching Black Mirror because it just got released on. If you haven't seen Black Mirror, full stop, get on it, from season 1. If you haven't seen this new season, get on it. I watched 2 episodes back to back, and I would have watched the 3rd, but I was so tired and it was very late. Anyway, my point being, I watched Black Mirror. This is an interesting challenge because it's like I have a lot to do in the challenge, but I'm also wanting to look after myself and rest. So I could have pushed it more and I didn't. So it's been a bit of a weird one where I've had like time to breathe and also been aware that like, hey, there's a challenge that I'm doing. Anyway, yeah. So we're partway through reading the script and making notes of big things, and so far I'm really enjoying the read through, and there haven't been many big things. There's been a few things where it's like add this sentence here to clarify this certain thing, but small changes. So yeah, I just want them to be small changes. I don't have to change anything. This is the first time the ending I've actually liked, because I've kept on writing endings and not liking them and then thinking that was going to be the ending even though I didn't like it, and then this is the first one where I'm like, oh yeah, this is giving. Anyway, we'll read a bit more until I'm very tired, and then we'll go to bed. Oh no, I have some tea and I have some wine. Thus brings us to the end of this experiment. Let's have a little chat. We didn't do everything we set out to do, but we did okay. So the first update is that I finished the screenplay. not only did I write the final scene, but I'm happy with it, and I reread through the entire screenplay and I made notes on wider things that I wanted to change. So not on line level things, but things where maybe there were small inconsistencies. I said, oh, it was this here, and then maybe I changed it later or something like that. But there's not very many of them, and they're quite quick fixes, like things like, oh, you know, put this character into this scene, they should be there, or like whatever. So yeah, all that to say, praise God, I'm really happy with it. So we finished the screenplay. We finished the first book, Transcendent Kingdom. We continued Piranesi. I haven't finished it yet, but I think I picked it up again yesterday, and at the beginning of this week I was on like a page 16, and I'm currently on page about 56, 57. So a little bit of progress was made yesterday and today. And on top of that, what else? Oh, and I wrote the short story. So not bad. To be honest, I could have tried a lot harder in this challenge. We could have done way more, but I was just doing other things as well, and I just wanted to prioritize myself, and I did lots of like self-care this week, and so I rested more than I was like really striving to complete the challenge, you know? Like, it's good to have a challenge, it's good, like I enjoyed it, but at the same time I was just prioritizing looking after myself as well. So we didn't, like I could have pushed harder, but I didn't. But you know, we finished the short story, we finished the screenplay, which is like a massive achievement, and I'm happy with it. And we finished a book, made some more progress in this. Oh, if you want a quick update, I am enjoying this. But it's taken me a while to read because I'm reading it in like such great depth and detail, which I don't think I need to do, so I'm gonna stop doing that. But it's very intriguing. I'm curious to see where it goes. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. We did not get around to the painting. Don't come for me, okay? We didn't get around to the painting. Don't come for me. It's okay, we did other stuff this week. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Comment down below if you'd ever do a challenge like this. Comment down below if you want a part 2. I'd love to do like another video like this, like another week of finishing, because it was fun and it was actually very, very helpful. That short story has been on my to-do list. I started that last year, literally last summer, so it's good to have it done. Screenplay has been in progress for a while, good to have that done. Like, it's good. So I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below your favorite part, and I will see you in a new video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Action. My plan of action is to read through the short story again and stop at anything that bugs me and fix it, and then read through the whole thing and then send it to a friend.